All right, welcome back to SportsLine, everybody. Real quick, we want to check in with our good friend Rod Reed, the head coach of the football team at Tennessee State. Coach, how are you tonight? Coach, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
How are you tonight, Coach?
I'm excellent. What about yourself?
Doing well. I know you only got a few minutes. Just wanted to check in with you real quick. Recruiting is over. How did the whole process go for you? And are you happy with the group of athletes you're bringing in?
I'm happy with the group of athletes we're bringing in. I'm ecstatic, actually. We got a great group of kids. We were able to land a couple of big-time defensive tackles, we think, and we fortified our offensive front, signing 4 offensive linemen. And we wanted to get some explosiveness. And we got some kids that we really feel that can be explosive with the football in their hands on offense. One being a local kid, Chris Rowland, from Ravenwood, and, Major Bellamy from Gwinnett County in Georgia, Stephen Newbold is from Carroll City in Miami, and then there's a couple of guys like Sabri Curtis from Creekside in Atlanta, and Cedric Maynard from LaGrange, Georgia. Those kids are really fast. I mean, that's a 4x1 team right there. So we're really excited with the kids that we got. We got a good crop of kids, and my coaches did an excellent job. Administration did a great job getting us out and able to get to these places. So I'm really excited.
I think I asked you this last year or maybe the year before. What are the final hours like in recruiting? You know, you've got those verbal commitments and you're hoping they stay true to it. Anything can happen, obviously, in those final couple of hours. Well, what's that like for you?
Oh, it's tough. I mean, because a kid like Michael Perry, signed out of Whitehaven, he took a visit to UTSA the last weekend of recruiting. We're in their FBS program out there in Texas, and we thought we may lose him, but he stuck with us. He had committed to us a while back, and come to find out, UTSA had offered another kid from here in Nashville, defensive tackle Khalil Jones over at Stratford. So, we were kind of on pins and needles with a couple of these guys. It was great to see those letters of intent come through on Wednesday morning. I can tell you that.
Standing right by that fax machine all morning, I'm sure, Coach. You mentioned, your defenses have been outstanding the last several years since you've been there, but you did mention at the top of this that you wanted more explosive players on offense. Do you think that, A, you got those players, and B, that's what's been missing from your team the last couple of years?
Well, Patrick Smith is a really explosive player that we have over here, and he's done a great job getting the ball. I think he had 11 touchdowns last year and almost 1,000 yards a season, probably 4 yards short of 1,000. But, we needed somebody to complement him. And instead of us having to put him in the slot all the time, with the guys that we signed, it should allow us to move him outside some, along with, Chris Anderson McCullum, which is a big target for us. So we feel like that they just can't hone in on one guy now. We'll have some guys that, if they try to double here, we'll be able to hurt them somewhere else. And we had to pick up our run game. We were probably next to last in the league in rushing last year, and you got to be able to run the football, and you got to be able to stop the run if you're going to be successful at any level.
And obviously one of the big factors about last season for you, Coach, a lot of injuries to key players. Obviously it's tough to prepare for that, but how much did that hinder things last year, and what do you got to do to keep guys healthy and on the field this fall?
Well, I think, you get depth. You gain depth, and that's what we've done. We've got some guys that can come in and help us immediately, which will in turn, cut down on reps that some guys are taking. You should never have a defensive tackle playing 60, 70 snaps a game, which we did in some instances last year. And, we got a few key guys hurt. And, also on the offensive line, we got to keep O'Shea off the ground. So he missed half the season last year, and here's a kid that threw for over 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns in 5 or 6 games. So we'll be really excited to have him back and fortify our offensive front. And, the best pass defense is the pass rush.
That's right.
Got some guys that can get there. You saw that in the Super Bowl, didn't you?
We sure did. We certainly did. Wrapping up things with head coach Rod Reed at Tennessee State. Coach, obviously spring drills right around the corner. What are some of your overall goals for the team as you head into spring practice?
You always want to work on fundamentals. And, we've got a pretty good idea of some of the young guys that we had to play last year. What they can do. We got to gain them a little more experience. We got to gain some depth, but the biggest thing you want to work on is fundamentals. Make sure you're taking care of yourself in spring ball by getting things corrected that we know need to be corrected, but also developing some young talent. So we'll be looking for some guys like Cameron Jones, to step up on the offensive line, Justin Brooks, Jacob Gray, Quintus Maddox on the defensive line. Those are guys who we have to get production out of next year in order for us to be successful.
Coach, I know you got a busy night ahead. I appreciate a couple of minutes, and go Tigers. Thanks for coming on.
All right, go Big Blue.
All right. That is head coach Rod Reed at Tennessee State. Great to have him on, friend of the program. All right, let's head back to the phones and find out what you're thinking out there. We got Dan on line 3. Good evening, Dan.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Good, man. What's happening?
Hey, pretty good. Just a couple of questions, okay? Because you said bring it, correct?
Yes.
You said heinous. Now, tell me if I'm incorrect. I was cooking dinner. During the players you were saying that did heinous things, did you...
Allegedly.
Des Bryant and Ray Rice?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I don't understand the Des part.
Well, Des, he hasn't been convicted of anything, but he's been alleged to have done a lot of things. So he's been.
Let me, if you don't mind, let me go quick because I know you have a lot of I don't have much time. Cam Newton around for the next 10 years. I don't have a problem with that. He's exciting. I don't like the Carolina Panthers. Had fun bets and everything else. Great team this year. But honestly, even though he's only 26 years old, with the injuries he's already sustained during, in the middle part, his ribs and everything else, your opinion, do you not think that defenses will see to it that every single time that he runs that special little run quarterback maneuver that he's not going to get pounded?
He does all the time. He pops right back up. I'm sure they'll try to. Sure, absolutely.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The odds, I guess my main statement is the odds of him turning around and surviving 10 years running the football that much, I just don't think it's that high. If Cam Newton can turn around and stay for 15 years, I think it's fantastic for football.
Yeah.
I think it's great for ratings. I didn't like anything he did on the post, but I think we need to turn around and take into consideration he is only 26 years old. Now maybe he's, been in the spotlight making hundreds of millions of dollars and everything else. That's fine with me, okay? But he's only 26 years old, so ease off of him a little bit. Let him grow up.
Yeah, I agree. He needs to grow up, but let's let him do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just let him grow up.
No, we're on the same page here, bro.
I bet you in 10 years, he's going to look back on that and be so much more mature, so much wiser. He will then have turned around and taught his children, look at what Daddy did. I was an idiot.
Right.
I should not have done that. So, the social media thing of just because he was, just so emotionally torn up, did he respond incorrectly? Absolutely.
Right.
But come on, leave it alone, man. 26 years old? What did you do? What did I do when I was 26 years old?
Exactly. I couldn't say it any better. You and I are on the same page, and I thank you for the call. Whoa, we got big phone lines. This is great. Jerry, you're up. What's up, Jerry? Hey.
I just want to say about the Cam Newton situation.
Yep.
I just say he having fun, man. As long as he ain't getting in no trouble off the field, I just say let him have fun. I don't agree with it.
Right.
He gets carried away to me, but if that's the way keeps him happy as far as doing good on the field and winning, let him enjoy himself, man.
Well, here's the thing, and look, if you want to make the argument that, listen, if he's going to put himself out there like that, he's got to face the music when he doesn't play well. I happen to agree with that, but Cam doesn't, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Oh yeah.
And this guy's not going anywhere, and so, to some people it's going to sound like I'm defending him. I'm just being realistic here. And it's really not worth your time to get all upset, not you in particular, I'm saying people in general. It's really not worth your time to get all upset over a guy who's doing this because he's not going to stop. The league's probably not going to stop him because this is where we are right now in the NFL. I'm old enough to remember Billy White Shoes Johnson and Deion Sanders. They all did it. It's been going on forever. I've had people say, well, this isn't football. Well, it is football today. It's part of it. And, it's not going anywhere unless the league comes down and says, all right, absolutely no more celebrating. Now, it's within their rights to do that. That's not going to happen. You know why? Because I guarantee you, even with the NFL, ratings will go down. Jerry, thanks for the call. We appreciate it. All right, let's go to Chip on line 7. I'm sorry, is this Gary?
Hey, this is Gary, man.
What's up, Gary? Talk to me, man. What do you got?
All right, great show. I just want to say,
Thanks, man.
as far as Cam Newton goes, he's young, strong, full of adrenaline. All these guys are performers, man. That's what they do. They're getting paid big bucks for it. Peyton Manning, he's getting a little long in the tooth. He's been injured. I'd really like to see him give it up before he does get hurt.
You know, he probably will. I mean, he's been one big hit away with those neck surgeries. He's been one big hit away from the last 3 or 4 years from probably being done. And so, you know, he won his second Super Bowl. He did it in a different type of fashion than what we're used to seeing. I think he knows what his decision is, but, you know, to give Peyton Manning the credit that he deserves, he deflected all the attention on, hey, my team won the Super Bowl. It's not about me. I'll let you know in a couple of weeks. And that's Peyton Manning. But he's on his way out. And guys like Cam Newton are here to stay for a while. And that's just going to be the reality of things. And so that's why I reiterated when I said, look, you got to get over it because there's really nothing you can do about it. Thanks for the call. We appreciate it. If you're on hold, stay there. We got a banked phone lines. I love it. Keep calling in. I want your opinions on this. We're going to get to your phone calls and a lot more. Stay with us. SportsLine rolls on.